Hey, welcome to For the Story, the only podcast that broke Scott Pilgrim's heart. I'm Ash.
Ooh, and I'm Avery, and that was a good opener. Oh my God, Brie Larson was in Scott Pilgrim too.
Yeah, she was, and
yeah, and so was Chris Evans.
You know what? It was really fun this week to watch Snakes on a Plane. Great Samuel L. Jackson flick.
I actually like that movie a lot. It's really dumb, dude.
I hate you.
It's so silly. It's so worth the watch. Like, if you ever get a chance to, like, that's such a Sunday afternoon, like, I'm not doing anything kind of movie.
Now you tell me.
Like, throw that on. Yeah, right. It's a little too late. We are recording on a Sunday.
Yeah, girl.
And I believe this is going right up to you guys tonight if Ash has the time.
I think I will. Because daylight savings is fucked with my brain.
Dude, me too. I work at a bar. You have no idea. So I got home last night pretty late, and I was like getting in bed, and I had to get up early again this morning. It was like around 2 a.m., and I was like, this is great. I have to be there at 9:30. I'm going to get like 6 hours of sleep, get into work. Awesome. And then as soon as it turned 2, the clock turned to 3, and I was like, great. Classic. This couldn't have gone any better.
Just my luck.
Yeah, so, but I did see Captain Marvel last night. I did see it, which is the real movie we're talking about, by the way.
Yeah, Captain Marvel.
Yeah, exactly.
A movie I've talked about a lot. God.
We've been excited for Captain Marvel since last year.
Yeah, they really did it well with the Infinity War hype.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, these movies are so good nowadays at hyping you up for the next one. After I left Captain Marvel, all I could think about is like, oh my God, I can't wait until Endgame.
This will be spoiler heavy, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, I'd say go. Yeah. You would recommend
go see it
first, right? We should just get that out.
Yeah,
of the
I know
way.
we're getting this out. Yeah, we're getting this out pretty early into the release, so we should definitely warn people. If you haven't seen it yet, you should go see it. Definitely. Absolutely. It's worthwhile. It's definitely worthwhile to go to the theater. Yeah. So, Ash, Captain Marvel aside,
yeah,
what have we watched recently that we can talk about?
Oh God, well, I know that there's one movie that we said we were going to watch together, but
and I totally forgot.
you didn't watch it, and it was.
I signed on for one movie a week. God damn it!
I watched The Butterfly Effect too.
Oh yeah, how was it?
Absolutely kill me.
Oh really? That bad?
Oh my God.
Oh man.
It's like, I just don't even know. It's about basically a guy
I'm totally gonna watch it.
But he Ashton Kutchers. He does the butterfly effect after like proposing and getting in a car accident in what can only be described as the most obvious coming of a car accident in movie history.
Excellent.
And the butterfly effect happens too. Like. It's the same movie.
The same thing happens. Did they do that thing where like two people are driving in a car before the car accident and they're like arguing and then you turn and you look down the intersection and a truck hits the side of the car? That's it.
No,
like,
a truck surprises the audience.
Oh wow, even better.
It's just so much worse. Yeah,
dude. Yeah, that's like a trope now. That like looking out the passenger window when the truck hits thing. That's like happens. It happened in Captain Marvel. Oh my God.
It did, but it was less of a big deal.
Yeah, it wasn't nearly as important, but very interesting. That's totally a trope, and it always takes me by surprise.
Really? Not if you watch this movie. If you watch this movie, you're going to be like. As soon as like the movie starts, you have a good 10 minutes till a car crash happens, but you're like, oh, they're going to die in a car accident. Like immediately. It's
like as soon as they get into a car.
Not even like, but they're sitting on the beach talking. I'm like, oh, these people are going to die.
They were dying in a car accident. They're like eating breakfast.
And then the hype's getting real. I'm probably going to make us watch some in April, but fucking... Jordan Peele's fucking Twilight Zone is coming out next month. I saw the commercial for it in my theater.
Know what? I heard a little bit about this. A little bit. Did we talk about it?
No.
I can't remember.
I'm sure we'll talk about it more.
So we haven't even talked about this yet. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Let's save that for then. When does the is it a show or is it a movie?
It's a show, and it's coming out early April.
Early April. Okay, cool. So we'll be able to talk about that just before it comes out.
Yeah, and
that's good.
Yeah. Fucking Besides
Cool.
that, haven't really seen
Excellent.
anything. I'm trying to look and see if I have any other recommendations, but I can't think of any right now.
All right.
So yeah.
So on the flip side of things, I've been watching a lot of documentaries lately because I enjoy documentaries. I found the most boring one ever. It's just about mountains. I can't even remember what it's called, but it's about mountains. It's great. If you just want to like lie in bed and fall asleep, awesome. The other thing that I watched that is really good, it just came out on Netflix recently, is the documentary series The 2000s. They capture specific events, especially on television, that happened in a given decade. This is an ongoing series, so they did the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, and I think the 60s, but I haven't watched that one. But the 2000s, another absolute great documentary series. I think there's like 8 episodes, and they're all pretty long, and it's like they go and they comb through all of the pop culture things that happen, television events, presidential elections, so many like things that they have footage of, and they stitch it all together with a narrative. Or it's more like it reads a little bit more like a thesis statement, but it's or like a video. What am I trying to say? Video paper. Yeah, a video essay. Pretty dry, but very interesting stuff, and it's really cool because like. Ash, I know you grew up in the 2000s too, so it's kind of cool having an adult perspective on things that happened then.
Dude, I'm 6 years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you shouldn't have
You're born in 2012.
You shouldn't have fucking texted me some of those things. I'm calling the cop, Your
God.
Honor.
Oh my God! Do not frame me for this.
This is insane. How have you forged all
anything
these
I
documents?
say makes me sound. Anything I say makes me sound more guilty.
I thought you were really hairless.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
It's not true. I'm very Jewish. Just too much body hair.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah, so the 2000s, watch it. Really good. I'm going to watch The Butterfly Effect too later.
Other recommendation.
And I mean it this time.
Yeah, sure. The Final Table. If you like cooking competitions with a bunch of fippy-dippy bullshit, The Final Table is a really good cooking competition. They get all these like pairs of people from around the world, and they all have their like backstories, and they have interesting cooking backgrounds. And they go country by country, and they cook like the signature dish of the country, and then they go into a final round where they cook with a specific ingredient.
Okay.
So like they have Spain where they have to make a paella, or a fucking
Oh, I like that a lot.
Exactly. And like they have great like
Cool.
celebrity hosts. Like in the USA they have Colin Hanks, and like India they have Hassan Minaj, and fucking it's super fun.
So they get local like talent.
Yeah. So it'll like
That's cool.
The first round will be like celebrities, and the final round will be like the greatest chef from that fucking country.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No, it's a really fun
Dude,
show.
hell yeah.
And
I'm not a cooking show kind of guy per se, but I like the spirit of competition. so I'm interested.
they do a really good job of framing a narrative for each group.
Oh,
So they'll
cool.
have their
All right.
stories.
This is on Netflix too, right?
Yeah, it's a Netflix original, I think, and I really hope they make another season.
Excellent. Yeah, cool. All right. Here's some Netflix stuff for you guys to check out if you got some time. I know I don't, because South by Southwest is happening right now.
AKA, fuck yo sleep.
Yeah, seriously. It's been rough, but it's okay. I really wanted to do some film festival stuff for South by, but it would have been kind of like, I don't know, it wouldn't have been so cool since you're not here. You know what I mean? Because it would have just been me talking about film festival stuff. And also, I don't have time to do that shit.
Once I'm in town, once I'm living there, we're gonna get it.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. Yeah, we'll do South by. It'll be fun. And yeah, I've been at the bar pretty much nonstop for 3 days. Actually, more than that, for 4 days now. It's crazy. It's good though. keeps me energized. No, not really. That's not true. Just hurts my back. But anyway,
My neck, my back, my pussy, and my crack. Let's talk about the movie featuring a female lead.
bam. There it
I
is.
literally hate myself.
So I saw this with Sydney last night. I really wanted her to be on tonight, but South by Southwest struck again. She ended up getting called into work tonight. Couldn't be on the show.
Word.
but it's what happens. But that being said, she had some interesting female perspectives.
Yeah.
That I wish I could share with you guys, but just two dudes talking about a girl movie. Here we go.
It's still in the mail. Amazon Prime
under
is
construction.
not working. Oh, that's a different. I don't have those needs. Anywho, what were your expectations going into Captain Marvel?
Really high. I've been excited for this movie. Maybe not. I don't know. You and I were both pretty hyped for this movie. Yeah. I've been looking forward to it since we were looking forward to it since the end of Avengers Infinity War, where basically Captain Marvel was announced. And I think it was like, or you know how they have those like phase graphics? I'm pretty sure it was in the phase 3 graphic.
Yeah.
But we hadn't seen anything related to it in any movie up until the end of Infinity War. And ever since then, literally a year ago, or maybe like almost a year ago, I guess.
11 months. Let's not split fucking hairs.
Yeah, right. Basically since then, we've been talking about it on the show and to each other. We're hyped. It's been cool. And all the production stuff was really cool too. Seeing Brie Larson like push jeeps,
dude.
And
she
stuff.
She doesn't have a body type that lets her put on a lot of muscle, but she did get fucking strong. Like she can do more than I can do.
I'm curious how much of her own stunts she did, because I saw a lot of what looked like a double.
Yeah, but apparently she was prepared to do a whole lot more stunts than was expected of her.
Ended up asking for. Okay, she just used it as a reason to get fit, because why the hell not? You're in a major blockbuster movie,
and she's like kind of a slight human being, so respect for doing that shit, because that's not like I'm like, put me in a muscle suit.
There's a little bit of controversy too leading up to this movie.
Oh yeah, you mean just
she called
idiots?
Out like some people saying like, I don't know, what were they saying?
Okay, so basically it's
incels being mad that a girl stars in a movie, basically.
And then like a bunch of like women being like, look at me, please, but no, that's like just the case. Yeah, so the whole thing was basically she's like, man, I would love a seat at the table for reviewers who aren't just white dudes, because like it is almost all white dudes, and everyone's like, she doesn't want white men coming to her movies. She hates white extrapolation, and it just went so crazy. And I'm so excited that this movie is out, because now I don't have to see it being fucking recommended in my YouTube videos. I'm like, dude, I don't care about your shitty opinion about a movie that hasn't come out yet. I'm good.
Oh man, people are going to talk about that probably for like another couple weeks, at least while it's in theaters.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of people were boycotting it and saying go see Alita Battle Angel instead. Which is weird. Yeah, I know. I guess they're kind of similar, but not really. I mean, like, it doesn't. I don't know. Alita Battle Angel wasn't really about not so subtle feminism.
No.
Whereas this kind of was.
Yeah, I mean, like, so I don't know. And then they tried to like tank the Rotten Tomatoes scores, and then Rotten Tomatoes went, "Oh, this is something that shouldn't be possible." Like, and they got rid of the feature, which is, I guess, bad, but also like it makes a lot of sense in the age of the troll.
Yeah. So yeah, like I'm looking at it right now. The tomato meter, 80% of critics, like actual critics that I recognize as critics, liked this movie, whereas the audience score is 58%.
And the crazy part is the amount of user ratings is actually like
51,000.
The same amount as Infinity War all these years later.
Really?
So yeah, they basically
people like that's kind of obnoxious.
Isn't that like, just like, why are you so fragile that you can't just like let a movie die or succeed on its own?
Just let girls be happy about a girl movie. It's cool.
Yeah. No, right? it was a fun movie too. Like let there be a girl movie.
Like it was totally fun.
It's fucking 20 movies into the MCU and they're just doing this. So it's not like it's insane to be like, this is the most political movie of all time. It's like, no,
it's not. No. I know Armand White's going to have a political opinion about it.
I just don't even want to look at his review.
Enemy of the podcast, Armand White, is going to have some harsh opinions about this.
Well, he didn't fucking like Into the Spider-Verse, and that won an Oscar. So,
which is that's just insane.
It's such a fun little movie. Has happy children's movie.
I know it has something for everyone. It has something for everyone. It's such like broad appeal, and it's good on top of that. Like, even if you're an angry, cynical person like you and I, like even we could love that movie.
That movie was great.
So yeah. But Captain Marvel.
But it did really well at the box office.
It did, yeah. Which is so great. I really hope there's a Spider-Verse 2, or just a Miles Morales animated film would be awesome.
Fuck yeah.
I think that's what they were trying to get at the end of the first one, or at the end of Into the Spider-Verse.
Holy shit. So Captain Marvel worldwide, can you give me a guess on how much it opened for worldwide?
I looked at numbers yesterday, and I was seeing something like 62 million in the US.
Okay, so for the whole weekend, that was early weekend, that's like Friday.
Okay.
Whole worldwide, $455 million opening weekend.
That's really big.
That's huge.
Yeah. That's pretty impressive. What was Infinity War? Because I know that had an incredible opening.
It ended up being $2 billion. What was the opening for Infinity War?
Wow. Massive 153 million domestic opening weekend. That's so huge.
That is it's like Black Panther Infinity War level.
That's bigger than that's almost as big as Star Wars Rogue One.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, okay. So Infinity War got the biggest box office opening weekend ever.
Yeah. Wow. Glass still made 109 million. I'm pretty surprised that movie did so well.
So it made.
It's interesting seeing these things.
640.9 Avengers Infinity War worldwide box office opening weekend.
Made what?
640.9 million.
Holy Jesus shit.
That is.
So this is up there.
Yeah, this is up there.
So it's definitely Captain Marvel's definitely made its budget back already. That was
like Friday.
Yeah. I wonder, it doesn't say what its budget is yet. I wonder if they're just not releasing that kind of stuff anymore.
Probably going to be around 150 million.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too.
Yeah, that's about fair.
150. Yeah, because this was kind of like almost like a middle budget movie for Marvel.
Yeah.
Which seemed interesting to me.
You could tell they didn't pump as much money in it as they probably should have. In my opinion.
I think they're shying off or like dropping the gas pedal a little bit on the origin story movies and really pumping the funds into the big crossover movies, which is I think
fine, but also with how I think Endgame's going to go, they're going to need to bring in some new heroes, and they got to figure out what they're doing with these origin stories.
Yeah, because they gotta fix them.
Yeah,
because this movie has a lot of strong points. Captain Marvel does. But some of its weak points are that it's a really cut and paste origin story. As far as the script goes, at least, Ash and I both compared it to Thor.
Yep.
That's like the first thing that came to my head as soon as I left. I was like, that was pretty much the same thing, almost the same movie as Thor, without, thank God, and here's my first pro. All right,
let's get into pros.
No ham-fisted romance.
Yes. So nice.
No ham-fisted. So glad. I was so worried that she was going to be in love with Jude Law. At the beginning of the movie, I saw it and I was like, oh, Christ, that's her boyfriend, isn't it? I was like, Jesus Christ, it's going to be one of those. And not even a little bit. Or like even like Stranger with Nick Fury.
Oh, God.
Which just would have been like a really kind of clunky way to get him into the movie, I think.
I mean, even with fucking Wonder Woman, you had Chris Pine, who she was Chris Pining after, and in Alita,
but Chris Pine was just like a dumb, like 2-dimensional male character.
Well, that's what women want, Avery. How do you think I date?
They just want a blunt instrument.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome, dude.
Dating advice with Ash and Avery.
That was tight.
That was fucking nickel, dude.
Fucking nickel as hell. Oh my lord.
This movie was pretty nickel.
Movie was pretty nickel. I have a lot of fucking great things to say about this movie. I think let's try and go from the beginning forward. I fucking loved some of the character designs on Star Force. I don't think we spent enough time with them, but fucking Dr. Minerva.
Right? Which one was Dr. Minerva?
She was the one who looked like Widowmaker from fucking Overwatch.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, she looked cool.
Yeah,
I liked how the one of Ronan's like second in command dudes was on the Star Force. Did you notice that? From Guardians of the Galaxy? I forget what his character's name is. Yeah, he was just in this movie, and so was Ronan.
Yeah.
Ronan was in this movie a lot, but they're all Kree. Is the idea?
They're all
so.
Kree. You know what?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's do a Bron Char fucking origin film. That was the guy with the beard.
Which one? Bron Char? How do you spell his name? I don't even.
BRON-CHAR.
Bron Char.
Mm-hmm.
People be like, the fuck? This guy looks like one of Thor's friends.
He looks like fucking every guy in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that dude would totally hang out with Thor, except he's just blue.
Oh, holy shit. He looks like one of the fucking hobbits in the Hobbit movies.
Oh my god, he does! Was it just me, or did Jude Law, I forget his character's name.
His name is Jan
like
Rog.
Saran or something. Yeah, Jan Rog. Didn't he look kind of like Captain Amazing in Mystery Men?
Dude, honestly, those fucking contacts were terrible.
Yeah, that was.
I'm like, what are you, Catwoman?
Like, I don't know why he needed to have. He could have just had. I guess they wanted to make him seem a little bit more alien, but still, that was unnecessary.
What's wrong with making Jude Law blue too?
Yeah, he could have been blue. Instead, he just looked like, maybe it was like in his contract. He was like, I'm not being fucking blue, dude.
Jude Law will be these colors, and blue wasn't on the list.
He would have gone pink, but Kree aren't pink. Yeah. So he was like absolutely not blue.
I feel he's willing to play a gay wizard, so I'm pretty sure you could paint him blue.
Yeah. Exactly.
Fucking their design was great. Was
he the only one who wasn't blue?
Well, Korath.
Well,
he's not blue.
Oh yeah, Korath. Yeah, no, he's very dark skinned.
But he has fucking horns. Yeah. Or like weird crest.
He's cool.
Yeah, he's got a great character design. I'm really glad they rocked with that.
Yeah, totally. All of like their props and like their weapons looked fucking tight.
Yeah, I like how they each had their like Bron Char. Being Bron Char has his fucking like fistigons. And Minerva had her.
Then the one guy had like lightsabers, and then the lady who looks like a character in Borderlands.
Minerva, Dr. Minerva.
Yeah, Dr. Minerva. She has like a sniper rifle.
That looks like a weird future shotgun because it's like got a really wide barrel. It's bizarre.
And they were shooting lasers all over the place, man. They were cool.
It was really cool. I honestly could have gone with, like, I know they painted themselves in the corner with like the Nick Fury pager part, but like I could have just watched a Star Force movie.
Yeah, right. I totally would have watched that. That shit was tight. Yeah, their costumes looked fucking awesome, by the way. Oh. All of their props and all of their makeup looked really good. Yeah, Star Force was definitely done really well.
Huge pro. And they were super fun. I was sad they were kind of bookended, but that's also why I think the movie sagged in the middle.
Yeah, I can say that it kind of did. I think that's a con. Let's save that for our cons, because I got there's some script writing flaws that I am interested in talking about when it comes to that. Some other pros. Let me think. I mean, the effects were all generally really good.
Yeah.
I think the only exception we really had is that they could have put a little bit more money into the actual Captain Marvel like effects. Mm-hmm. She looked like the Human Torch a little bit.
I mean, that's kind of what she looks like in the fucking comics, but
that's true. But I'm thinking like the Human Torch. Yeah. The Human Torch in like the 1990 Fantastic Four movie. Have you seen it? There's like these I'll send it to you later. He like tumbles around. It's really fucking silly. But yeah, there was some stuff that reminded me of some cheesier movies.
Yeah, I mean, like, but the one thing I was really thankful about, didn't overdo the 90s shit, in my opinion. You might have a different one, but I didn't think it was too in your face.
I disagree a little bit.
Yeah.
I think that I think the stuff that was like 90s, like when Talos has like the recording of the black box and they put it in the computer and it takes forever to load and it jumps to everybody's faces while they're waiting for it to load. That stuff is funny and it's like topical for like the setting in the world. That's hilarious. Yeah. The problem that I do have is that there's just like vertical takeoff jets everywhere. Everywhere on Earth. Like they just take one.
Yeah.
And the United States military isn't knocking on their door.
Well, I think it was a shield project.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess Nick Fury pretty high up there too.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah, maybe he's just like, we need this. This is important.
And also the fucking Talos had taken over Keller, who was the head of Shield at the time. So I'm sure he had some kind of control over that situation.
Yeah. Is it really ever explained what happened to Keller?
No.
He was Nick Fury's boss, who I guess Nick Fury replaced.
Yeah.
I think is the idea. Nick Fury as comic relief.
Yeah.
So fucking good, right?
We've seen flashes in like fucking Winter Soldier when he's in that car and he's like sassing the AI of the car. Like you've fucking seen it. But this is like, because Brie Larson is that fucking deadpan fucking Kree soldier, kind of suppressed bullshit. Like he has to be kind of funnier, and her humor is a lot more like dry.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking, I like how they play
Nick
together.
Fury was great. Oh yeah, I thought that they were like a great duo comedically, because like Nick Fury is almost comically like serious and like action movie guy, especially in a lot of them, and it's almost to the point of like comedy, especially even in Winter Soldier, it's almost to the point of comedy. Like he uses like a lightsaber to cut through the street out of his car at one point or something. It's so insane. He has a Gatling gun in his Tahoe. And just all this totally nuts shit, which is awesome and great. But in this, like, he's a little bit more grounded in reality. Because he's not, Nick Fury in the Avengers yet.
No, he's like
so
desk jockey. Cool. Like this is like one of his first jobs kind of thing.
Yeah, like he's typing up the Avengers initiative on his Windows 95 desktop computer.
So bad.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty dumb too. We got to talk about that at the end.
Yeah.
But I liked part of my favorite thing about Nick Fury is how they kept there was the joke at the beginning when he got in the car accident about his eye, but it was fine, and I was like, oh no, when is his eye gonna get hurt in this movie? I was like, I knew they were gonna do this. When is it gonna happen?
They should have done it almost a couple more times, I feel like.
Right, just to really build it up, because that's like what I wanted to know about Nick Fury since I saw the trailer. I was like, they are gonna show how he lost his eye. They're gonna do it, and it was almost like a bait and switch, because you see the car crash and you're like, really, it happens there like that in a car crash, and it's so much better than that. Should we spoil it?
Oh, absolutely.
On the podcast?
Oh yeah, there's a flurkin.
Yeah, a flurkin or a cat, or like an octopus. Abyssal Lovecraftian horror cat that shoots tentacles out of its mouth. It's terrible. It eats the Tesseract at one point, which by the way is in this movie.
Yeah, of course. It makes so much sense.
Yeah, right? Yeah, totally. And so Nick Fury loves cats, and he carries this cat around the whole time, and the cat at one point scratches his eye, like at the end of the movie, and he's like, I think it's gonna be all right, and it's just not gonna be all right. Which is hilarious. Great. And he lies to Agent Coulson and saying that he got shot by a Kree laser in the eye.
Agent Coulson, really great to see him back. I really like how they kind of, so in the TV show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they bring him back to life after he dies in Avengers by giving him Kree blood.
Oh, cool.
And fucking Samuel L. Jackson's the one who like okays it. And you kind of establish why he trusts him from this movie, because like he basically lets them go. He goes on his gut and lets him and Brie Larson go. Pretty cool.
Yeah, like almost a cameo. I think he was there for like diehard fans to have that reaction, like, oh my god, that's Agent Coulson. Remember that guy from Phase 1? Which is fun. I like that. Yeah. I was into that.
Yeah, it was fun. And even, so it works for you even if you haven't seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., because he's still on a TV show that's running.
Yeah. I actually, I've never watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I just remember him from Avengers. And I remember when Avengers came out, I saw it with my friends and they were excited. They were bigger fans than I was at the time that Agent Coulson was in the Avengers. I was like, okay, cool.
It's comic book
so they brought that all around.
Yeah. He's super fun.
I guess they also kind of answered where the Tesseract has been since it shot Red Skull into space.
Yeah, Marvel found it.
Marvel found it and had it. So Marvel is tangentially connected to Captain America in that way, which is really odd. But I guess everything's interconnected in this universe, so it makes a lot of sense.
Marvel was a weird choice. Like, I like the gender bent Marvel. So in the comics, Marvel was the first Captain Marvel, and he was like a guy, and then a thingamajigger blew up and fused his DNA with Carol Danvers because he was trying to protect her. But like in this movie though, Jan Rog's blood is in Carol Danvers,
Right.
and so it's like, why is she in this movie?
Yeah, I thought Jude Law was going to be Marvel. I thought that's what they were getting at.
Yeah, I thought so too, but no.
Yeah. Yeah. And I didn't understand at first either. This is kind of a con. I didn't understand at first either whether or not all of the Kree could shoot lasers out of their hands or if it was just her. And that question was answered for me later in the movie when nobody else shot lasers out of their hands. Yeah. The beginning of this movie. Oh. If we can turn the tables a little bit.
Mm-hmm. We can go back and forth. We can have a little.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we talk about some cons? Because there are some glaring problems with this movie. Mm-hmm. In a movie that is otherwise generally pretty good.
Really fun movie.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Especially after like you said, there's a sag in the second half pretty much as soon as she gets to Earth, really. Yeah. It starts to like slow down. There was that car chase and she was on the train and stuff. And I felt like that entire sequence was made for the trailer since that entire sequence was basically in the trailers.
Yeah.
And I found myself kind of bored at that. I was like, oh, this is just her chasing a scroll. I kind of get it.
Yeah. And then just
it was all stuff I had seen.
Cutting back and forth with Nick Fury in the car. It just wasn't that interesting. Like, why do I care about Nick Fury driving in a car?
Yeah, which is just like that scene in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, except it's him and Clark Gregg.
Yeah, exactly. And so that kind of was a problem for me. It really started to slow down there. I kind of liked some of the stuff when they were infiltrating the SHIELD headquarters.
And you
start to put the puzzle pieces started to fit together because this movie's pretty mysterious. It's not one of those films where you as the audience know everything that's going on and you watch the characters solve the mystery. You're also left in the dark a little bit.
Yeah, and I think they did a really good job when she gets captured on that scroll ship and they're going through her memories and they're like, but they're different from what they actually are. Like the scene where the plane crashes and the thing explodes. She sees she doesn't see Jan Rog. She sees fucking Talos trying to shoot her.
Yeah.
And it's like, ooh.
Exactly. Almost as if the Kree manipulated her memories. It was kind of what I gathered from that.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want her, or she was remembering what she wanted to remember in flashes.
Right.
So basically, let's get into the spoiler here. The Kree are really bad.
Yeah.
In this movie.
We should have known because Ronan, but.
Yeah, exactly.
It's still.
And I didn't make the connection at first. I was like, maybe Ronan is a standout, right? Like maybe he defected from Kree society, but it seems like the Kree are pretty much warmongering assholes.
Yeah, they're imperialists. They fucking conquer and kill anyone who doesn't subscribe to their way of life. Yeah.
And the Skrull, on the other hand, who are pitched as the villains.
They have a
very clearly pitched as the villains in the trailer.
They're fucking shapeshifters. They seem like the ultimate infiltration force for a planet, and you know what? They still could be.
Yeah, but they're actually peaceful people who have been forced to the edge of their civilization by the Kree. And they refuse to submit to their rule. So the Kree are like, well, we're going to destroy you and brainwash our citizens into thinking that you're the enemy. Which is a pretty cool switch. That was my favorite part about the script in general. I don't think its execution was necessarily great.
No, I thought it was good, but then it kind of ran on in a weird way. All right.
Got like really heartfelt and emotional with another con. The tertiary characters, her friends from her, not her childhood, but her young adulthood before the incident happened, and she became part of Kree society. Basically, all those characters, her friend Maria Rambeau was her name, and her daughter, not the most awesome actors and not the most awesome script writing.
Daughter a lot. I didn't like. Lashana Lynch is a good actress. This is another case of just like, these are not the right writers, which I think is like my big con. And like, I really look forward to what they do with the character down the line. But they need to fix whatever's going on in that writer's room. I don't know if
this movie was perfectly serviceable. Some of the writing seemed like almost copy and pasted. Like they were like, how can we fit this in here and make you care about it? I got flashbacks from weird stuff during this movie. I thought of Independence Day. Like when Maria Rambeau was driving around the jet filled with all the scrolls. I was like, this is something that would happen in a dumb movie. You know, and like Chewbacca gets in a fighter jet and the president and like his autistic son and like a dog is flying a fighter jet. And like, I was like, everybody knows how to fly a fighter jet and the major CGI end sequence.
Yeah.
That's what I thought about there. I was like, of course this lady can fly this too. I guess she was also a fighter pilot though. So it just like, backed it up. It backed it up. It just like, especially that she had to rescue all of these helpless citizens that were kind of just like almost like stripped of all their character, you know, just for there to be stakes for that character to have. It felt very filler-esque. A lot of filler kind of stuff with them. It
did. I kind of wished all the, like, their families hadn't been on there, and it was just, like, about, you know, getting Talos out of there. Who, by the way, Ben Mendelsohn killed it.
He was so good. I like Talos a lot. I like Talos a lot. There was a scene we were talking about before we started recording when Talos is like in Maria Rambeau's house, and you think like he's framed, like the music swells up like he's a villain. He's like, I finally got you guys. That's what you think is going to happen, and there's going to be a big fight and the house is going to blow up. He's like, wait, before you destroy your friend's house, and then he like lifts up a soda and like takes a sip, and it's like the end of a soda, and it's like, oh, okay, I think I see where this is going. And it turns out that the Skrull are like, well, this is like the Kree have been lying to you. Which, by the way, Captain Marvel's mind changed pretty quick.
Yeah, I guess she heard her own voice and remembered stuff, but yeah,
that's true.
Really quick. This is again, I loved Nick Fury, but give me a Nick Fury-esque character in fucking Gemma Chan as Minerva or something, and just don't bring her to Earth.
Yeah,
just would have been better in space.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. At times, Nick Fury didn't seem like the character we know. It almost felt like a different character. But I think I got so much enjoyment out of his banter with Carol Danvers that I was interested enough. That stuff was really well written.
Yeah, well, I think
a lot
also
of their jokes between
it
each
helps
other.
that they fucking been in movies together. They're in Kong Skull Island together, and they like are absolutely best friends. It's crazy.
Yeah, all of the promos for this stuff, like I saw this again at Alamo Drafthouse, which, by the way, Sid and I go there so often that they're just giving us free screenings now. We saw this movie last night for completely free. They give us a free soda and a free popcorn. I'm not being paid by them. I'm not kidding.
Although we should be. What are we doing?
Yeah, right? Oh my God. Sponsor us, please. Anyway, but like there's a promo because they always get like some of the lead actors to do a little bit before the movie starts. And this one was Samuel L. Jackson saying, you're about to see this movie, and if you talk, my girl Bree is going to beat your ass. And she's like just standing next to him, like eating popcorn and drinking a soda. She's like, what? It was cute. And I was like, I like that they're friends in real life, and I think it helped their scenes.
Oh, yeah.
You can kind of tell a little bit.
Because, again, the script was not great.
Yeah. That's probably both of our biggest con for this movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm trying to fucking... What'd you think of the end scene where she just fucking pulls the shit out and goes full binary, is just kicking ass? I know that there were some rough parts in the CGI, but how much fun.
Such a blast. It was so like... There was so much energy in it.
I like he said it was such a blast, and there was a lot of energy in it. That's some solid puns.
That's two things she does. She blasts things, and there's energy that she shoots with her hands and every other part of her body. It's awesome.
God, just seeing her tear through all those ships.
It was such a like satisfying feeling because, like, I don't know, like part of me thinks that wasn't done as well as it could have been. Her being totally stripped of her power, though, like in the beginning of the movie, would have been the same plot as Thor. So they probably wanted to stay away from that a little bit.
But it did have that kind of like Infinity War Thor coming down with Stormbreaker, just like cutting through fucking hordes of enemies and ships.
Gives me chills.
Yeah.
I've seen that little part. I have it on YouTube. and I'll just watch that part because I'm like, that's the best part of that fucking movie. It's so good.
So much fun.
Yeah.
And this was definitely like kind of on that level for me, at least, where I was just like, oh, this is what satisfying. I wanted. And I just wanted to see someone destroy everything.
Yeah. It was a lot of, it felt very redemptive. Is that a word? There was a lot of redemption there. Because she was finally, like telling the people that have been controlling her every move for the past 6 years, unbeknownst to her, that she was like, no more. We're not doing this anymore. Also, I'm going to kick your ass.
Oh, the Jude Law and her scene where she fucking Indiana Joneses him.
So good, right? I love that.
Yeah, you fight me with just your hands. Don't use your blast. Like, this will prove that you're fucking... And then she just like
just trying to like... Yeah. Because that's what he does to her at the beginning of the movie, because he wants to be able to control her. It's like a manipulation thing, I think.
Well,
not so subtle feminism nod.
Well,
not that that's bad.
No, it's not a bad thing, especially because it could have been way worse. Because do you know about the history of Miss Marvel? Because that was who she was before.
Not really. I mean, I saw a little bit before the movie, but not really.
So in Avengers number 200, evil guy named Marcus basically mind controls Carol and impregnates her. So it's like she was raped in the comics, so that's pretty crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it was like a huge controversy because like they didn't treat it like rape really, but they kind of fixed it later on. Kind of got all woke about it, and so
that's good.
It reminded me of that, where it's just like, oh, it's still kind of the same themes of what she dealt with in this huge part of fucking Marvel comic and Miss Marvel, Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel history. And so I thought that was really, because it was like kind of a manipulative relationship where she was constantly being gaslighted and fucking like,
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
And like there was a lot of, especially basically the Kree have a sentient AI that is their supreme leader, is the idea. And every time she would go to see this supreme AI leader, it would be an image of Mar-Vell, not actually Mar-Vell, but an image of Mar-Vell telling her, you would be nothing without us. You fail all the time. Remember when you fell off the rope, and remember when you crashed the go-kart when you were a kid? Like, you would be nothing without us. But there's a cool little montage where she's like, even though those things happened, I still stand up every time. I think was like, I still stand up and fight against what's wrong. Was the idea.
Very Captain America.
Like touching. It was hard. It got my heart right in the heart spot, Oh,
and one of the child actresses was actually in Haunting of Hill House, as one of the kids in Haunting of Hill House.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There was a whole bunch, and some of them looked pretty goofy. There was like one shot that Sid and I like looked at each other and giggled.
Yeah.
We're like, what? It
wasn't all great, but I like the idea. I was a little on the nose, but I like the idea.
That she got up every time because she's a hero.
Yeah, that's who she is.
That's
She's
the idea, and that's
what
heroes do. Yeah, which is cool. I like that. As far as cons go, man, it's really just the script. And the thing is that it's not even like the structure of the story is inherently bad. I thought it was structured very well. I didn't really like the beginning. I was not hooked from the beginning of the movie. But once things really started to get rolling, and especially seeing the Star Force stuff, that stuff sucked me in. And then it kind of like comes to a halt when she gets to Earth, which it almost makes me think like they wanted to be able to do a huge CGI. She's in the crease of Hala. Is that what it's called?
Hala, yeah.
Something like, yeah. But they needed to shoot locally in Los Angeles because that's realistic in the budget. That's kind of what it seemed like to me. I don't know if I could be totally wrong. That was just the impression I got. And also they wanted to do some of the fish out of water humor.
Yeah. And like, it was good. Like, it's just, I just don't know who they need to get in that writer's room, but who do you think would direct a fun Captain Marvel movie?
James Gunn.
James Gunn would do a fun Captain Marvel movie.
Yeah, he does a fun any movie though.
Yeah.
I think having James Gunn, the Russos, I don't think would touch it. They're kind of like They're kind of like Taika Waititi would have been great, although I think he's definitely a solid comedy actor. I think maybe having him on board as a director and also co-writer would have helped a lot. I think this was co-directed by two people. I think there was a man and a woman that directed it.
Anne Boden and Ryan Fleck.
I wonder, because I remember we talked about how it was a female director before. Was there a female director on the entire time?
Yeah, I think these guys worked together on a movie. I think they did Half Nelson together before. That was their big other movie. And maybe Sugar. They're kind of like a writing or a directing partnership. I don't know what they were doing in the writer's room. Who else was a writer on this movie?
Yeah, because I'm curious. Because it kind of seemed like they either didn't have the money to get Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck. Yeah, here I'm seeing it now. $152 million for the budget is what IMDb is claiming.
And
so that's pretty much what we guessed, right?
The other writers from fucking 2018's Tomb Raider. Come on.
Ooh.
You can.
Yeah, that definitely shined through. See, that movie was kind of like a little cookie cutter too. Mm-hmm. So it kind of makes me think like this story was already written and then they put a Captain Marvel skin over top of it.
Okay.
Does that kind of sound right?
Try and stay with me.
I don't know.
What do you think of a Tim Burton directed Captain Marvel 2?
Maybe. I'm not really a huge fan of Tim Burton.
I kind of would be interested in seeing what he would do. Okay.
It could definitely prove to be an interesting concept.
I think that would be
Tim Burton's stuff that he's been doing recently has been really
not
I don't know, not great. Yeah, and I don't think he's inspired anymore. I think he makes a ton of money to like put Dumbo in theaters again.
Yeah.
And like, have you seen the Dumbo trailer, by the way?
I like the cast.
It's like Danny DeVito's in it. A couple other really prolific actors that are pretty cool. But man, there's like war drums and all this like action music for Dumbo the Flying Elephant.
Yeah.
And it's the most egregious, bloated, like, it's like, I don't even like cash grab kind of movie I think I've ever seen Disney put out. And it looks not awesome. Yeah. I have no interest in seeing that movie. I don't know why they're making that other than money, because it's like a recognizable IP, I guess. Like, is Dumbo an IP? This is the first film in the Dumbo cinematic universe. It's not interesting to me at all.
But getting back, I have one more con.
Okay.
So we talked a little bit about like how money was poorly allocated for this movie. And mainly my thing that I was telling you about was like Nick Fury's de-aging looked great, but it clearly detracted from areas where the budget could have worked things out a little bit better. And there were two big cases for me where things did not look good.
We might agree on these. Let's hear it.
Number one was Captain Marvel's face when she was in full binary. It just didn't look like her jawline at all, and it just didn't look great. Number two was actually, don't get me wrong, I really appreciated that they did the actual like prosthetics for the Skrull, but definitely shot to shot, I could see minor differences in the Skrull head shapes that they were doing.
Right.
Yeah. And
I can agree with you there.
It just like they looked both good and hokey, which is fine, but also like I would have liked it if they had like maybe gone over them with CGI.
Or something, like added a little bit more to their outfit.
Yeah.
Maybe it was like rushed post-production, because there was something that I noticed with the Skrull. They look like Romulans from Star Trek. And like, especially that scene on Marvel's ship. Did we talk about this on the podcast already, or was it before the podcast? I can't remember now.
We do this. We're real.
We do this all the time. Because we need to stop talking before we record. But like, basically, there was something that I noticed is that the Skrull looked really similar to Romulans. Mm-hmm. And the scene where they get on Marvel's spaceship and the Skrull come out and talk to all of our main characters and are reunited, it looks like something from Star Trek Voyager.
Yeah.
And it makes me like wonder, especially like with what you said, because I think the CG on the transformation of the scroll looked like kind of cool. I liked what like the art style that they were going for.
But they did it once.
But it could have looked better.
They did it fucking once.
It was like once or twice. Yeah, there was once that was in the trailer, and then there was like one other time.
Yeah, we're like
towards the end.
Yeah, it was just like, come on, fucking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like it's just such a great performance from Ben Mendelsohn. Fucking ruined by like shitty fucking like Marvel's done so much cool design shifts for shit. Fucking the Vulture, dude. The Vulture's a guy with green wings. But in the fucking movie, he's fucking robot apocalypse, fucking murder bot, and it's awesome.
Murder bot, who's also not Michael Caine,
Michael Caine,
Michael Keaton. Yeah, he's also Vulture. Michael Caine,
Mr. Wayne, on the freaking Vulture.
No, he's also Michael Keaton. Which is great. They've done some really good adaptation to appease a more modern audience, I think. Because if you just dropped somebody like the Vulture looking like he did in the comics, or really any character looking like they did right out of the comics.
Except for Big Wheel. Hashtag bring out Big Wheel.
And Mr. Absorption or Absorption Man.
The Absorbing Man.
Whenever he gets his origin story.
When I finally get that blockbuster. But Mysterio has the same outfit in the fucking Far From Home trailer. Did you get to see that?
But it looks modern and it looks really good. I've seen the Far From Home trailer a couple times. Yeah,
it's fucking dope.
I think it's gonna be good. I don't know. I'm kind of, my hopes are really high for this movie. I thought that they were gonna blow it out of the water. I thought it was gonna be fucking awesome, and it was gonna be a really, really amazing lead in to Endgame. Mm-hmm. And it ended up being a serviceable origin story movie with way too many comparisons to Thor. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing. Yeah. I think this movie's a little bit better than Thor.
Aquaman a great score, and it's Thor.
I think Thor and Captain Marvel are both better than Aquaman.
Yeah. What do you think?
Aquaman was 2.5 hours long.
Oh, God. This movie was 2 hours and it felt fine.
Yeah, this movie was not bloated by any means. With the exception maybe of the Samuel L. Jackson picking the name for the Avengers Initiative or whatever. What was he calling it? The Commanders Initiative?
The Protectors Initiative. That was a
Marvel
cool little
Protectors.
thing. Like, I like that. And
it was cheesy, but it was cool.
It was cool. It's like, whatever. Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then fucking that post-credit scene was dope, though.
Oh, yeah. I was very excited.
It was great that they got all those actors in there.
Yeah, just like even for like a second. They probably did that like during production of Endgame.
I mean, that's what they
just had them all in the same place.
That was like the post-credit scene for Doctor Strange, where they just had that scene where he's talking to Thor with the refilling beer mug, which was in Ragnarok.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty cool. And the second one you didn't see, but it was the Flurkin fucking throwing up the Tesseract on the desk like a hairball.
Oh, that's excellent. Now we know where the Tesseract's been, and that's how S.H.I.E.L.D. has the Tesseract.
And the name of the facility that was in Avengers was Pegasus.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool.
I didn't know that.
Full circle.
Well, there you go. Yeah, it's lots of like, I really liked that part of this movie is all like the linking of the little Easter eggs that tie into every single other Avengers movie. Mm-hmm. I liked that a lot. I think that stuff is fun.
Yeah.
I liked seeing characters from Guardians of the Galaxy and like characters from the Avengers appear in a movie that is neither of those. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's just like this universe that they've made cinematically is so big now that putting that stuff in there isn't egregious. It feels like normal. I think it makes sense.
Feels good. I mean, I liked it. Generally liked it. Where are we at here? Oh, we're getting pretty long. Should we get into our segment where we roast the movie?
our roast the movie segment?
Yeah.
Do we do that?
In the form of a rap battle.
Let's do it. No, I can't do that. I can't rap for shit.
Neither can
Nothing
I.
Rhymes with Marvel.
Marvel.
Oh my God. See, I'm a terrible rapper.
Marvel went to hell. Cast a spell with an engine shell.
Yeah.
Made a lady with
Something-
beams of light. She moves so
Something,
fast,
something
she can
gel.
even flight.
What? It what?
Oh God, let's do our 5 words.
Yeah, let's go past this. That is not a new segment. We're not going to subject you guys to this every week.
Honestly, I'm exhausted and I want to cry.
Oh man. So I don't have my 5 words yet, so you start.
Oh fuck.
Right?
Captain Marvel screams at Skrull. In one of my favorite moments in the film, one of the Skrull went "Rrr!" at her, and she goes like right
Oh my
back
god,
at
that
it.
was great.
That was so
yeah,
fucking
that was
funny.
really good. Right at the beginning. That's so good. It's almost like Brie Larson decided to do that. You know,
Give her more
That seemed like her
freedom.
choice.
She's like
Yeah.
fun. Your script's
Yeah,
terrible.
she's fun and like really cute, but also like kind of badass.
Yeah,
Perfect.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
She's very cool.
Yeah.
I thought they did a really great job casting this movie. I think they have some things to fix. I look forward to a second or third film. I think they're going to get it right once the Russos kind of get their hands at her. I think that that's really what this character needs. Very serviceable origin story. Definitely in the top 3 for me. Along with fucking Iron Man and Ant-Man, which had a really great origin story. Just a super fun movie, really bombastic and fun. No one ever says "hiya" in this movie,
Which is awesome.
which is great.
Yeah.
Alita,
Thank
Battle
goodness.
Angel.
Yeah.
Stop saying
man.
"hiya." I will give this movie an 8 out of 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a fair score.
Yeah.
Cool. Hell yeah. So on my end, I got 5 words. My 5 words are: I can't wait for Endgame.
That's right. I'm fucking 1 month, dude. Just over a
Yeah,
month.
it's so like I just like coming out of this, my hype just tripled.
Yeah, because you know
It's
we're
like,
gonna.
oh
get,
my god,
we're gonna get some actual fucking trailers
just
now that this is
a little
out.
bit of and just like little tidbits. I'm like, yes. So excited for Endgame. When it comes to this movie, I'm gonna say go see it in theaters. Why not? Everybody's gonna see it in theaters. You should be part of that. Everybody. It's the new Marvel movie. Go and see it. You're not gonna be disappointed. I don't think. Don't go in with like super high expectations like I did, but go in like you're gonna see a fun movie with some hammy acting towards the end, but some cool special effects and some explosions, and Nick Fury's funny.
Yeah.
And also Brie Larson's adorable. Go see Brie Larson. She's cool. I'm going to give this movie a solid 7 out of 10. The biggest negatives I have for this is just some of the script writing, which isn't really noticeable unless you're cynical and you like to nitpick things.
Which everyone does at this day and age.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone's
That
got a
is true.
YouTube video where they want to dislike something that's pretty okay.
Yeah. Everyone's got a movie podcast where they break down forgotten films from decades ago. But I say definitely go and see it. Like, you might as well. But the script writing, some of the hammy acting is like almost parts where, like, I was like, oh man, this is cheesy and bad.
Do you think it's a bad move that they had 2 directors? I think it might have been.
Yeah, I think so.
You feel
Like, there were
conflicting
some
visions?
things that kind of, I did feel some conflicting visions in there. I think you're right. I think, I definitely agree with you on that. I don't know. So these people you said work together pretty frequently?
Yeah, on a couple films.
Interesting. It looks like they're both screenplay writers too.
Yeah, that does not bode well for their careers.
No. Yeah. That's some yikes. There's a lot of There's a lot of writers on this.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck are credited twice here. So it says 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, I'm seeing 5 story buys and 3 screenplay buys, and then 3.
Yeah.
Those 3 also were story buys. So
5 writers in total.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. But I mean, like, screenplay, some like CGI that should have been like revved up in some places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think.
Oh,
I mean, this movie wasn't bad by any means. You know, I also don't think Thor is bad, and this is pretty much the same story.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Better ending fight.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
The Destroyer was really not great. And fucking Thor.
No. The whole third act of this movie really lifts off, and it's a lot of fun. The second act sags a little bit. There's a lot of sitting around in a house for a while. Yeah. It's a little like
Oh, I did love. Hey, I did love the recoloring fucking scene of the suit. That was.
And they go through all of it. Yeah. It's like I want that.
I want to just change. Yeah. Well, they do like they did like the Shazam colors, and they did the original Miss Marvel colors in it. So they were throwing in some like cool little comic booky winks. Yeah.
They did the right thing there. That's fun.
That's fun. But the costume looked good. I love the mohawk.
Totally, the mohawk was rad. I think that was awesome. It was so cool. Well, that shit's rad. So, yeah, go ahead. Go see this movie. Do it.
Yeah.
We're going to know if you don't.
Yeah. Get ready for Detective Pikachu.
Oh, my God. Vote on iTunes if you want us to watch Detective Pikachu.
Or Hellboy. If you make me watch Hellboy, I will kill you. I
want to see Detective Pikachu. I might blow a pick on that next month or whenever it comes out.
We're probably gonna end up. I have to put up a poll to see if we do Hellboy.
Yeah,
I really don't want to see Hellboy.
I think it looks pretty dumb.
It looks really bad.
I don't think it's gonna turn out very good.
The face looks terrible.
Yeah, it really does. I can see why Ron Perlman did not want to be attached to another one.
Yeah,
I wish they would have just made a direct sequel to the second one, because the second one's so awesome.
It's super
so good. Yeah, and or maybe Guillermo del Toro just wasn't available. I don't know, because I remember there was rumors of what's that?
Oh, I was saying they're like, let's make it fucking Underworld.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
Oh my God, you're right. It's gonna be so did the first Hellboy movie a little bit. Yeah. There's lots of dark. There was a lot of black leather and dark blue fire.
Oops, that's my fetish.
Oh, zing. Everybody knows.
I love blue fire in the bedroom and red fire in my meat.
Whoa.
How do you cook?
That's the chlamydia. God. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. It came to my mind. I could not say it.
It's okay. Now everyone knows I have chlamydia.
No. You gaslight me all the time.
This podcast is abuse.
Oh my god. It's cinematic abuse. We're just torturing each other with movies. I really thought you weren't gonna like The Island of Dr. Moreau. I was like, even the night before we recorded, Ash, or not Ash, you're Ash, Sid and I talked, and we were like, Ash is gonna hate this.
You know what? Hellboy actually kind of looks like one of the monsters from The Island of Dr. Moreau.
He does. He could fit right in there. He's one of the
only way to get Ron Perlman in that fucking movie.
Oh my god! And Ron Perlman was in The Island of Dr. Moreau. What a weird connection. God damn it. The Ron Perlman cinematic universe.
Who holds a sword like that, Hellboy? Who?
Why does Hellboy have a sword? He doesn't need a sword.
No, he has a big fist
and a gun
and Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a main character. He doesn't need a sword.
He has script writing on his side. The greatest weapon of all. He can't die. He's the hero. Oh my god.
Of course. Absolutely, of course.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think we're going to wrap it up here. This is already a little longer than normal.
Yeah, but barely.
Yeah, But guys, thank you so much for listening. Find us on Instagram at For the Story Podcast, and pretty much everywhere else.
Yeah.
If you want to send us an email and talk to us, it's forthestorypodcast@gmail.com. Just want to say hi.
Shout out to the gentleman who wrote our theme song, Mr. Spencer Lynn. You should check out his SoundCloud rap project, Grim Salvo. They have a new track out called I Sync. It's pretty fire. Cool. Yeah. Patrick Job rapping on that shit. Very talented gentleman. Great lyricist. Lyrical fists. I have a cyst. Thank you.
Wow, that's the new 40 Guac single, by the way. 40 Guac.
Featuring a guy who's also me as Versace Tamagotchi. I need to fucking find that fucking fucking fast food rap.
Oh my god, we could put it up
As a
somewhere.
bonus episode.
I wonder if I still have it on my computer. I deleted a lot of our older stuff not too long ago. I might have it
still have it.
Awesome. You should send it to me. Well, we should just post it like on its own. Or turn it into an Instagram post. Oh my god. Let's do that.
This is me crying and doing that.
Did you cry on the track?
No, but that's going to be the beat.
What have I done? What have I done for fame?
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm a nightmare. Oh yeah, I still have it.
Excellent.
Oh god, how long is it? It's 1:31 of me rapping to no beat.
Oh no.
It's so cringy. I love it.
Well, all right. On that note, before we make them cringe even more, maybe we could drop it in at the end. Oh my god, let's drop it in at the end of the episode.
I'm not fucking doing that.
All right. You guys are never going to get to hear it. I'm sorry.
It goes with me to my grave.
Just use your imagination. And it's like that. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for listening, though, for real. We appreciate everything. You're all cool.
Yeah, tell a friend.
Nice people.
Rate us on iTunes if you haven't.
Yeah, that really helps us. We get listed higher. It's cool.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No.
I don't think so. So I'll talk to you guys later.
Talk to you guys next week. Where's Fury?